Molly Mandelberg here with Wild Hearts Rise Up, or Wild One Rising, depending on where you're watching this. So I'm inside my awesome new Sprinter, and I'm gonna get started working today, just about a week after I got it. I'm also running a business, so it takes a while to get as much done as if I just had all the time in the world to work on this, which is actually what I want to be doing. But I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I'm going to be messing with today. I'll try to do a time lapse. We'll see how that goes. So I've got some, let me see if I can turn the camera around. I've got some the foil backed bubble wrap that's going to be going inside the walls right here. It's also, some of it might go on the floor. Today I'm really going to be picking up these metal fastenings and lifting up the floor to see what's under there, because I haven't seen that yet. And then putting just some sound insulation. I've also got this sort of floor muffler stuff, which I'm just hoping will, if there is much sound, it hasn't been that loud when I've been driving it on the highway yet. But that'll just add a little bit more sound muffle, a little bit more insulation on the floor. And then I'm gonna also put the foil stuff on those wheel wells. I started taking out the floor, and because this was owned by a plumber and it's a little bit dirty, so I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything on the floor that I didn't know about. And as I pulled it up and it was really dirty, I'm definitely gonna need to put like a new piece of plywood before I put the flooring on top of it, which I was originally thinking I could maybe use this floor. But as I'm doing that, I pulled up all these little fittings all over the place, and one of them didn't want to come up. So the fun part about this project, here I'll show you, that's the half of the floor that I took up. I haven't cleaned it yet because I have to move that part of the floor out. And I'll take you around to the piece of shit bolt that didn't want to come out and show you that. So this is a Allen wrench head, whatever, hex nut thing that didn't want to come out. So the great part is that I get to buy more tools. So I got my first impact driver today, and I'm going to use these spiral screw extractor set. So basically I drill in a little bit in here, and then this is threaded the opposite way, and when you drill that in, it actually is going to pull the bolt up by grabbing onto it and turning it the right way. So this is really exciting. I would videotape it, but I have a feeling that I might fuck up a couple times. And so excuse my language if you don't like that, but that's how I talk. And so I don't want to have you watch that part, but I'm going to show you when I get this out successfully. And this is where we're at right now. Only spent a few hours on it just messing around and cleaning things up. So I'll get back to you soon. And I just had a big win with the van. For those of you who know me, you know that I travel a lot of the time, which means that this van project takes a little bit longer than it might otherwise for someone else who has more time on their hands. But anyway, I was taking out the floor and this bolt got stuck, and I tried a lot of things. I tried, you know, drilling a hole in it, putting something else in it that would backwards wind it. I tried slicing a thing in the top of it, turning it that way. That wouldn't fucking work. Excuse my language again. And then finally I had this Dremel in my hand, so I just started going to town because I was a little bit angry at this bolt. This is what it should look like. This little cup thing holding it in the floor like that, and then this little handle bobber thing. I'm gonna make it see. And then this big ass bolt holding it all together. So I went a little nuts and I cut out this part, and then I got this part out, and now the bolt looks like that in the floor. And I might go back to it with the Dremel to actually get the head of the bolt off, but I can lift this floor out now, which I couldn't before. And that means that I can clean under it, put more soundproofing and insulation, and then the new floor in. And then we're basically ready to go, with the exception of everything else in the van. But I think once it has a floor, it's roadworthy, because I've lived out of that for a long time. So I'll at least be able to have a bed as I start putting insulation and wood on the walls and getting solar panels on top and all of that good stuff. So that's where we're at right now. We got progress report. I just got back from leading a retreat in Thailand and assisting another event in California, and took out the rest of the floor. So you can see in here, how we're doing. Now I'm sweeping out all the dirt. This was owned by somebody who was pretty filthy beforehand. So you can see all the dirt down there that I'm sweeping out. But we're really getting there. And as soon as this is out, we're gonna put new plywood in and then start putting the floor in and start putting the insulation on the walls and the ceiling. I just ordered.
Take it to the limit. Give everything you got to give, no matter how you spin it. We only get one life to live, and all it takes is a spark to set the night on fire. Release your heart's desire, flames getting higher. No such thing as yesterday, no matter how you're living. Setting fire to the place, and all it takes is a sound to set your soul on fire. The heart is the amplifier, it's all that's required. Contagious, I just can't explain this, outrageous. And I cannot hold this feeling back. Oh, I may be on the verge of heart attack. We're setting that wildfire, flames getting higher as the ashes falling while my heart is calm. Not gonna die down, not gonna turn around. Come on, raise your light, it's going all night. Wildfire, set yourself free, turn up the heat 1,000 degrees. The day up in the blaze. Turn the heat up, burn the beat up, gonna set the whole night on fire. On fire. Oh, on
You are a pioneer. You're pushing the edge of what's possible. I know that path you walk. because I have been walking it too. It's time to play a bigger game. When you contribute to your people, the world transforms.